death to Babylon.
And women all come together and take the sacrament. They celebrate what we would call communion, taking the body and blood of Jesus Christ.
But again, under the influence of heathen rituals, the Holy Communion service was gradually changed by church leaders into a mystical ceremony. In this new ritual, fermented wine was used, and the priest, allegedly, had the power to transform the bread and the wine into the actual body and blood of Christ.
This is transubstantiation, the notion that a priest transforms the Eucharist into the body and blood of Christ through the pronunciation of the formula Hoc esse enum corpus meum, this is my body.
They were powerful words believed to have the property that when they were uttered, God transformed the nature of the bread and the wine into the body and blood of the risen Jesus Christ.
Even to the point where later on they say, we are creating God by speaking the words of mystagogy.
Essentially, what happened on the altar was that bread became body, wine became blood, but they just still looked like bread and wine.
This offering of the sacrifice in the Eucharist, this sacrifice of praise, this communal meal, now becomes not a remembrance of the sacrifice, but a sacrifice in of itself, and is giving salvation.
By 1415 AD, at the Council of Constance, church leaders further decreed that only the priests could drink the wine, and the laity would only receive the bread. Yet the Bible clearly says that when Jesus established the communion service, they all drank from it. About 300 years after Christ, the church began to deviate from another of the 10 commandments, specifically the fourth commandment that requires believers to remember the seventh day as the Sabbath.
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God.
When the Jews kept fighting against Rome, what had been kind of an umbrella of safety under Judaism becomes a lightning rod to Christianity.
The Christians become